So let's talk about how to create an email marketing campaign calendar for your direct-to-consumer brand without ever running out of ideas again. A lot of brands come to me saying that they want to invest in good email marketing strategy, but they simply don't know what type of email content to send. They start running too many sales promotions, and because the email campaigns are so salesy, subscribers don't want to open them anymore and they just unsubscribe. I'm going to show you a super simple framework, which I like to use on my clients, that ensures that every email campaign that you send has a purpose, and also that you never struggle to come up with ideas again. This framework works on whichever industry. So for example, if you're selling consumables like food, for example, or if you're selling makeup, or if you're selling furniture, it doesn't matter. This applies to every industry. So here is the campaign strategy framework. 80% of the campaigns that you send to your list should be non-promotional. And you're going to achieve that by focusing on these three pillars right here. Have the rule of one. You have storytelling emails, and you have direct response emails. They warm up your email list. They create desire around your products. And then every now and then you're gonna throw in a sales campaign. So the rest of the 20% will be promotional email campaigns where you test different offers. So for example, in one sales campaign, you can offer a percentage discount code, for example, 10% off. And in the second sales promotion that you run, you can offer like a free gift with a purchase. So you're testing different offers. And then for every sales promotion that you do, you wanna utilize also follow-ups. So saying that the sale is about to end, and you just create urgency and give people a reason to buy right away. Let's talk about the rule of one. So essentially, if you have studied copywriting before, then this is one of the first frameworks that you're going to learn. Whatever you are writing, it can be a landing page, it can be a sales page, it can be an email campaign, or it can be a meta ad. You want to focus on one reader. So the one person you want to convert with your copy. You're also going to have one offer. So the one thing that you are selling, one promise, the outcome your one reader should expect with your offering, one transformation, one call to action, one voice, etc. In email marketing, the rule of one means focusing on one topic. You're gonna take your product, you're gonna list out all the benefits that it gives to your audience, and then you're gonna pick one benefit and then write an email campaign around that. Write out all the industry myths, and then you're gonna pick one myth, and then again, write an email campaign around that. One objection, email campaign around that. It's that simple. Storytelling. So this is great. Storytelling is great because stories make your emails entertaining. So here you have 4 different types of stories. You have your brand story, you have your founder story, you have your product origin stories, and then you have your day-to-day stories, just stuff that's happening on a day-to-day basis within your company. Direct response emails. So these emails are sort of like pattern breakers because these are plain text emails which don't have any design, they don't have any visuals. And these are emails that use direct response, persuasive copy. And these emails, they are very human, they're very conversational, and they get more engagement because your audience, your email list, they don't really expect them. These email campaigns look like they came from a friend or a colleague because they're just literally just a bunch of text. The more you send these, the more you're gonna stand out. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna put together an email campaign calendar for one of the brands, and I'm gonna choose David. And this is a brand that sells different kinds of protein bars. So as you can see here on the left, we have the campaign theme. On the right, we have the campaign angle, and we're going to try and fill this out using the rule of one and the rest of the pillars. So I'm going to show you a very simple method of how you can come up with different objections or different campaign ideas just by using Google's autocomplete feature. So for example, I sell protein bars and I want to find out what are some of the objections. So I'm just going to start searching. Why are protein bars? So as you can see, these are all topics that people search for a lot. So for example, why are protein bars so expensive? Why are protein bars so chewy? Why are protein bars bad for you? So hard to eat, etc. So for the sake of this, I'm going to choose one. Let's say, why are protein bars so chalky? So essentially what you want to do is you want to write a campaign around that and position your brand as non-chalky. One industry secret. So I can, for example, are protein bars good for you? Are protein bars healthy? Are protein bars bad for you? So that just shows that people don't really know. So what you can write here is that why most protein brands aren't actually healthy. And then what you want to do is you want to position your brand and show that why your protein bar is actually healthy. One myth. So for example, here you can have why are protein bars so expensive? Because people have the notion of protein bars that are expensive. So what you want to do is you want to show for the amount of protein that you get, it might actually not be that expensive. And then one fact. So for example, one thing that you don't know about David, one ingredient. So, I mean, the easiest here for protein brands is just focus on protein. So for example, you can have like a 5 things you didn't know about protein. And then one moment. So one moment is all about transforming one moment in consumer's life. So for example, what I can imagine with protein brands is you can have them on lunch break and it will just transform the way you feel for the rest of the day. So how David transforms your lunch break and ensures you feel great for the rest of the day. So you want to zoom in on one moment. Then us versus them. So this is simple, just how David stacks up against different protein brands. So are they more healthy? Are they more nutritious? How much protein do they have? You want to show them in a us versus them campaign, which is essentially your unique selling proposition. Product highlights. So you want to introduce one flavor. Founder story. So what inspired me to start David? Brand mission. So here in the founder story, you want to really focus on the problem and make it about the reader. So what kind of problem inspired me to start David? And you want to make it relatable. So essentially the reader is going through the same problem currently. Brand mission. So how do we help you through our protein bars? So do we help you, for example, lose fat or just live a healthier lifestyle? Founder check-in. So what have we been working on? So this can be a plain text email where you just talk about the behind the scenes. For example, are you working on a new flavor, for example, just to make it human. And then the science behind, so what ingredients go to David? Are they healthy, for example? And then testimonial collage. So why people love David. You can even put like identity here. So instead of focusing on like demographics, you can focus on psychographics. So for example, you can put why fitness enthusiasts love David, because a lot of fitness enthusiasts will recognize themselves within that subject line. So here you have it. You have 13 different email campaigns without even mentioning any discount codes or any sales promotions. So let's see how this would look like in a monthly email campaign. Oh, first of all, actually, let's look at a example email campaign, which I designed for this brand. So this is the us versus them email. So as you can see here, it's all about showcasing your unique selling proposition. So you can make a bold claim around the most effective protein bar on this planet, and then have a us versus them table here against other protein bars. So David packs the most protein for the least calories than any other bar on the planet. And you showcase the protein, you showcase the calories and the sugar. It just makes it very visual, and it showcases you have proof. And then throughout the email, so here are some of the design best practices. You want to have a simple header. You don't want to have any navigation bars here. You want to have a headline that catches your attention. You want to have a subheading, product image in the hero, and then a big CTA call to action in the hero section already. And then unique selling point, us versus them table, second call to action, and then social proof. So essentially with this, you show that how nutritious David is. And then here from the reader's point of view, they see that, okay, David is the most nutritious protein bar, but then how does it taste? That is the last objection that I have. Then I'm going to add a testimonial or social proof around the taste profile. And then here I'm going to have the third call to action and then navigation buttons in the footer. So for example, subscribe and save, about our bar, and bundle builder. So that's an example email campaign. And then what this would look like in an actual calendar. So on the yellow, you have non-promotional campaigns, green ones mark promotional campaigns. So for example, you're going to email your list every other day. Here you have us versus them campaign, product highlight, one moment, one objection, one fact, product highlight. And then after 2 weeks, we're going to send the first sale email. So for example, here you can give 10% off a specific flavor, and then 2 days later you send a follow-up last chance email around the sale, and then you're gonna move back to the non-promotion campaigns. So industry secret, backing stock, product highlight, the science behind, testimonial collage, and then you're gonna upsell those people who have already bought from you for a subscription. And then you have a product highlight, and then at the end of the month you have a founder check-in just to showcase what has been going on within the brand. So this is essentially how you do it. I hope you found this video useful. One more thing. So if you are running an e-commerce brand with at least 75K monthly revenue and you want help doing this, you can book a call to work with me below. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.